Alright everybody, still stuck where we were yesterday. Didn't get to run any errands to go get the stuff I needed to clean it up the rest of the way and everything. Got a little sidetracked with my baby boy. So, that's where we're headed now. Off to get some stuff for the motor. Look at all that pollen. This little truck's been rolling back and forth for the last week in my door panel. I finally decided I needed to move it. Alright, so we went by 2 local parts stores, and I guess I'm just not with the times anymore because both stores I went to did not have valve cover gaskets, timing cover gaskets, timing covers, or timing chains, of course, for a small block Chevrolet. So, you know, I remember, even me, as young as I am, remember being able to go and always have those things there. So it's kind of a, you know, a sad day when you can't get some of the simplest stuff for one of the most common motors in history. But anyways, decide I'm just gonna go back, got some stuff to do some cleaning with. We'll get back to the house and we'll start cleaning on that motor and everything, and then I'll start pulling the transfer case and maybe the transmission out of the K10 today. I'm going to go on and just go online and order everything. It's probably the smarter way to do it anyway, because things seem to be a lot cheaper on there. So stay tuned, everybody. Well, everybody, I've been scrubbing and scrubbing, and I've got it as clean as I'm going to get it for myself. I'm going to go on and throw some paint on it once everything dries up and everything. You guys got to remember, this is going in an old Chevrolet pickup. It's a budget build for sure. I mean, if I had the money to do it, I'd tear it all down and I'd put it in a vat and I'd get it cleaned, go through, rebuild it, bore it out, put Vortec heads on it. I mean, really, if I had the money, I'd just throw a 572 in there. So, just doing what I can. So, for anybody that doesn't know, I know some guys watch this that is doing this kind of stuff to their truck, younger people and everything. Not the best way, but block your wheels. Block them, block them, block them. This truck is slightly downhill, so I know it would be going forward if it was the roll. Because when you take that drive shaft out, it's no longer connected to your transmission. Therefore, it'll just roll. I mean, you're not in park anymore, essentially. And even if you have a good emergency brake, you never want to risk it. And as far as I've ever known it, 7/16, and this one slides right out. So you ain't got to worry about doing no bolts at the transmission on the other end of the drive shaft, at least. Let's get this drive shaft pulled, start working on that transfer case. Got the drive shaft out, letting that drain out the back of the transfer case a little bit. And let me add, you guys called it. Should have been pretty obvious though. And I know that a lot of you will not agree with the way I done that, but that's my way of doing it. And I'll take a piece of sandpaper and I'll go over all the edges that I need to go over for like the water pump and the timing chain cover and all that. And I'll clean all that up, get a good seal on it like I would do anyway. And it usually works out really good. And you'll see it at the end. Everything will look fine, I promise. All right, now we're gonna start working back on this. I'm gonna get the bolts out of the transfer case, and I believe all the fluid that's gonna leak out of it for now is leaked out. We're gonna pull it out. I'm gonna go and cut this exhaust out of my way because I'm not gonna reuse it. And well, quite frankly, I did the exhaust many years ago and didn't have very good connection, I remember, but I wanted to weld it anyway because I was in a hurry, and it's not the prettiest, so we'll get rid of it. As you can see, there's oil everywhere, what you come to expect from a 35-year-old truck with a 6.5 diesel. But anyways, I'm gonna put a board here for surface area and a jack to hold it up, because this cross member holds up the whole back end of the, the transmission, the motor, and the transfer case. Surface area there so it don't put a lot of weight in one spot and hurt the bottom of the transmission even though it's shot. But anyways, that's what we'll do now. I had already had my cross member out before. I had some lock nuts and everything on there, so 5/8 on this side, 5/8 on that side. Yours may be different because that's not stock. Gonna go and get the other two over there. That was the two on this side. Then the cross member will be ready to pull out. And I must say, I know that this is some shade tree mechanic way of doing things, but it works. So, got the linkage here. There's a plug up there. I already got the speedometer cable. I need to get those 4 bolts that go into the back of the transmission. But first I need to have a jack up here holding this up. Alright guys, don't know how good of a view you're going to have here, but I'm going to see if I can't get this transfer case out. Here we go. I plan to be covered with fluid here, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't have anything to plug it with. There it comes. Leaking all this fluid out of this tail shaft on this other side. Try to pour out as much as I can. I know you guys can't see that, but this actually came apart pretty good. Haven't crushed myself yet. Then again, this 208 is nowhere near as heavy as that 203. Not by a long shot. Well, everybody, we got the transfer case out. Now we're gonna have to work towards that transmission, which doesn't look like it's gonna be that bad. Now, I tell you one thing, I used to have a body lift on this thing. That sure did make it easy to get to them bell housing bolts. But they won't be that bad. Good thing it's lifted, it makes it a lot easier. So I'll get this transfer case pulled out, get it over somewhere out of the way, and we'll keep on with it. Went ahead and picked it up and carried it over here. Nowhere near as heavy as that 203. So now gonna wash that up when I can, pressure wash it. Go ahead and pull this transmission out. Shouldn't be much. Making pretty good timing today. I did hear tell, my dad said that he has some valve covers that he wasn't using that he found. So may have some nice valve covers for it. We'll go check them out in a little bit. I am going to use this intake. Still don't know what I'm going to do about it. Whether I'm going to clean it up or keep it like it is. Y'all can see it's peeling. They had it powder coated. But that's the way I remember this intake when it was given to me. And the man that gave it to me is not here anymore. So it's got sentimental value. I remember what it looks like. See this intake, see the peeling off of it. I know exactly where it came from. I don't know. Do some more thinking on that. Then I need to get the starter, pull it off, get the wires off the back of it, pull it down, get it out of the way, get the torque converter bolts. Then I'll get these transmission line, cooler line off of there. I'll get the bell housing bolts. I got the linkage and the plug over there on the other side already unplugged. And yeah, I'll then drop it down. Be good to go. We'll lower this transmission down and then it'll be out. We'll put it off to the side because it's shot and I'm not using it. So, a little bit at a time. Trying my best. Got another coat on the motor. Doesn't look too bad to me. Feel like I'm getting a little bit done today though, so not too bad. Need to remember to get these windows rolled up. I would ask y'all to remind me, but it'll be too late. Tired of all that pollen going in there. Alright. Well guys, I'll keep at it. Alright guys. It's almost time for me to pull this transmission. I got 3 more bell housing bolts on this side. And then she's ready to pull. Camera fell. Guess that proves right there that that's the last bolt. Got a little movement. Alright. That's all the bell housing bolts. 3 on this side. The 3 on the other side. Had been having trouble with that transmission dipstick tube even before. I couldn't really get it out very good, so now I do. Now it's time to lower it down. I didn't put a block under the motor this time. I put a little spacer up there between the firewall and the head, and it laid in on there pretty good. And I just let it roll with that because I'm not reusing the motor, and I am going to go back through the motor and everything, so I wanted to go on and say that before I got it called out on me. So, transmission's out. I'll slide it down here on the ground, slide it out of the way, and I believe I'll call that a wrap for today, at least under here. Making a mess, but nonetheless it's out. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I have more for you soon. Gonna go get washed up, eat me some dinner, and yeah, relax a little bit. I'll be right back on it tomorrow though. Take care. Bye bye.